Hi, and welcome to another Al's Guitars Short Take. We're going to do a brief look at a very special instrument tonight. This is something that you should all enjoy, something playful, something fun, something very deluxe. And who doesn't like deluxe? This is a vintage 1973 Epiphone. It's a model FT-565 from 1973. It's a big guitar, 16-inch body dreadnought, 4 3/4 inches deep, 1 13/16 at the nut. So it's a fairly spacious playing 12-string. 25.5-inch scale length, a fully adjustable rosewood bridge, just like the old Gibsons from the 60s that everybody loves. Rosewood fingerboard has block pearl inlays in it, has a fully bound headstock that has a nice black overlay on it. This is a spruce top. It's figured rosewood or jacaranda. It was never really clearly put out which it is. But the $1,000,000 shot is the back of this. This guitar has a 3-piece flamed maple and rosewood back on it. It's very highly flamed. The guitar is mahogany neck, has a curved volute, and I apologize for looking down, but I wrote down all the details on this because there are so many things to remember on this one. It's a very heavy guitar. Being a 12-string, it's overbuilt, although can you really overbuild a 12-string? 5 pounds, 5 ounces is what it weighs in at, which is a pretty hefty unit. I'll pick it up here and give you a couple of strums on it. Really a fun sounding guitar. I mean, who doesn't like those bed springs falling down a flight of stairs, 12-string kind of vibe? Anyway, it is something that has just been a joy to have around here. This was not a guitar that was going to be featured on the channel. Surely wasn't going to get a full review on it. But it's not a badly made guitar. This is, for those of you historians, this is a Japanese-made Epiphone. In 1969, Gibson pulled the cord and went from American production to Japanese production. That being said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They did make some fairly sketchy models that had bolt-on necks and things that didn't really work out all that well for them. But this is a fully set neck guitar. It's heavily braced as it needs to be to hold together as a 12-string. I would say it's got a touch of bellying. Below the bridge, it's coming up a little bit. But not too bad. The action is very playable. I mean, when you get into it and go higher up the neck, really no issue with it. And this is tuned in standard D. If you were a mind to tune this down to D and capo up, you would have a pretty easy playing guitar. It's got a nice feel. Some people aren't crazy about the volutes, but when you think about the string pressure that's on this thing, I don't think it's a horrible idea to add. Has fully enclosed tuning machines, which is a nice little touch, and they don't rattle, they don't have that loose feeling to them. They hold quite well, and it holds tune very well. It's really a nice guitar. If there's anything that Epiphone was delinquent in when they made these is it's built with decent quality materials and items, but they did go to a polyurethane finish in these years, and a polyurethane finish is not as good for the sound quality as a nitrocellulose is. It's just bottom line. But that being said, it's made it very durable. You don't get the crazing that you get in the nitrocellulose. You do get some cloudiness. This guitar has a few of the telltale polyurethane. It's like a milky dot, a series of milky dots here and up here. And that is part and parcel with many Yamahas that you find, some of the Takamines that you find, and for sure in these older Epiphones. Doesn't have any negative effect on anything, but it's just part of what you get instead of the cracking and the crazing. Anyway, it's a fairly loud guitar. I put it on the old loudometer, and it busted out an 89 decibels at 1 meter, and that would be just doing an E chord. We do a standardized test here, which it's more intricate when we do a full review on a guitar, but for this one, it's just going to be just a straight E. And 89 decibels is a pretty good amount of volume out of it. I mean, for sure you got the help of having all those strings, so you got a lot rattling and going on there. But overall, a very solid performer, a very fun guitar to have and to play. Certainly something that if you're in the market for a 12 string, I wouldn't overlook these. It's obviously your mileage may vary on condition. This one happens to be in pretty good condition. I don't think it's been used a whole lot. It certainly hasn't been knocked around. It's not a closet queen, but in fairly good repair. Anyway, if this is the type of stuff that you really like to hear about, the features and the benefits of some of these guitars, why not click subscribe? We're going to be doing a whole season's worth of full reviews, and these are going to be quite in-depth reviews, looking inside these guitars and detailing everything there is to know about a particular vintage instrument. Really to be kind of a historical and kind of an informational database for those of you interested in the hobby. Anyway, I thank you very much for tuning in tonight. And if you'd like to be part of our live studio audience here, it's very simple. You write to tickets, 7800 Beverly Boulevard, Hollywood, California, 90036. And in 4 to 6 weeks, you'll receive a response. Anyway, from all of us at Al's Guitars, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to do something for you.